هو الذي أخرج الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب من ديارهم لأول الحشر ما ظننتم أن يخرجوا وظنوا أنهم مانعون من الله فأتاهم الله من لم يحتسبوا وقذف في قلوبهم الرعب يخرجون بيوتهم بأيديهم وأيدي المؤمنين فاعتبروا يا أولي الأبصار ولولا أن كتب الله عليهم الجلاء لعذبهم في الدنيا ولهم في الآخرة عذاب النار ذلك بأنهم شاقوا الله ورسوله ومن يشاق الله فإن الله شديد العقاب ما قطعتم من لينة أو تركتموها قائمة فبإذن الله وليخزي الفاسقين وما أفاء الله على رسوله منهم فما أوجبتم
She teaches seminars on the thematic commentary of the various chapters of the Quran and their practical relevance in our day-to-day life. Shaykha Dr. Haifaa graduated from the Makkah Institute of Islamic Studies in Jeddah, and she completed memorizing the Quran at Al-Huda Quran Memorization School in Jeddah. She is incredibly passionate about spreading the word of Allah and to spread the love for Allah, for Islam and the Quran. So with that said, please give a very warm welcome to Shaykha Dr. Haifaa Younis.
Every time I come to a city, I think the place is the best I can see. Us to be able to do what we call it multitasking. The woman, Allah created her, can carry her baby and still take care of the other baby. The man, Allah did not give him this ability. He is not less and he is not better. But Allah created him and fashioned him in a way to do other things I and you cannot do. Is that clear? Why am I saying this? Because if I am a multitasking person, Allah gave it to me, I'm going to use it. So at 3 a.m. when the baby cries, or 3 a.m. when I am doing something, somebody in my family is sick and I am doing something, and the phone rings, I can keep doing what I'm doing and answer the phone. Because Allah created me this way. Where I am taking you? Where is the time for ibadah? And I'm sure this question is going to come. Every city I was in, this question came in. How do I do all these things and change my life? Definitely changed mine when I learned it. Because once I started this path of knowledge and start memorizing the Quran, I really wanted to give up medicine. Because I said, no way I can do it. Oh, it's a very demanding job. Delivering baby at 3 a.m. in the morning and seeing patients in the morning and you need to be fully awake, but you are not. I didn't have enough sleep. Where will I be able to do all this? And then I learned the following. And this is a statement to Imam Ibn Taymiyyah. I want you all to memorize it. Not necessarily memorize exactly what he said, but memorize the concept. And your life will change. He said, al-ibadah, act of worship. And before I say this, I want any one of you to tell me, just give me examples of worship. What is worship? Salah, right? Okay. Now? I can't hear you. To win Allah? Okay, to know Allah. What else? So dhikr, salah, fasting, right, going to Hajj, Umrah, charity, all this, right? Right. How about if I cannot go to Umrah and Hajj? How about if I don't have money? How about the time I have with everything in my life that I need to do, not luxury, but I really need to do, barely I can do my salah. I do my salah because this is the obligation. I'm not talking about anything extra. That's it. I'm going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I barely did 5 salah a day. And everything else He told me to do, take care of your husband, take care of your children, you need to be excellent at work. This is all one. This is how Ibn Taymiyyah defined it. And I think he summarized all this deen in this. It's 3 categories. Memorize it. Memorize the concept so you will never forget. It's a 3 categories. What is it, Ya Allah? العبادة كل ما يحبه الله ويرضاه. Anything and everything that Allah loves and He's pleased with. That's the first category. Whatever I am doing has to be defined as an act of worship, has to be something Allah loves and pleased with. But that's not it yet. I'm still confused. من الأقوال والأفعال. Sayings and actions. So saying, actions, Allah loves and Allah is pleased with. Not all yet. الظاهرة والباطنة. Internal and external. Are you all with me? Anything I do, and I said anything I say, external or internal, my thought inside me, as long as it is pleasing to Allah and He loves it, that's an act of worship. Now you know why He created us. So when I'm waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning to go and deliver that baby, if I am doing it the way that Allah loves and pleasing, meaning I'm doing it for Him only, I'm not expecting the patients to be pleased with me or to thank me or whatever. And I do it to the best of my ability. بضعة من فاطمة بضعة من part of me. He looked at her and says, Fatima, I am unable to rescue you from Allah. لا أغني عنك من الله شيئا. Nothing. To his beloved daughter. Ali, cousin, the one who stayed, you all know, in his bed when Rasul migrated. Can do nothing. You can do nothing to anybody, nobody. The people who are making fun of you in this life, and there are plenty. I wonder who's going to make fun of the other on the day of judgment. As we are knowing these facts, now the question comes to each one of you. Where are you in this journey? And what kind of the heart, or who lives in your heart? Who's in your heart? And by Allah, if you're going to take 5-10 minutes alone, and it's okay to say it because He knows it. That's what I always say to myself. Why you're ashamed? He knows it already. Am I happy I have it? No. But I'm not going to hide it because He knows it. He knows the secret and what is hidden. Sit down alone. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever Allah gives you, daily. Daily. And as we say, reflect. Young or old, the younger, by the way, you do it, the better it's going to be, and the easier it is. Because when we are young, it's easier to change. Say those who pray. Because if you don't pray, you need to work to get to the 31st. So the first thing you're going to say to yourself, where is my salah? How do I grade my salah? Is how I say. Grade your salah yourself before it is going to be graded by Allah. None of us none of us can say or claim that in my salah I am focused. If any one of you will say this, please let's talk and be break. Because it is none of us. But am I struggling to be that person? Goal, and I'm struggling. What is khashya? Khashya when you're focused on what you are doing, you're thinking, you're afraid. Part of it is fear, and part of it is love. Number one, grade your salah. Now success in the following is, to be 30 below 30, you need to fulfill 40 before 40, fulfill 50 before 50, or below 50, fulfill. Number one, grade your salah. If you're still struggling with 5 salah, you need to work harder. If you don't do 5 salah a day, you need to work hard. You don't wake up for Fajr, and may Allah make it easy for you, especially in the summer, it's extremely tough. You need to work harder. Assume, alhamdulillah, I do most of the time my 5 salah, alhamdulillah. In the day, on time, alhamdulillah. Where is my khushu? How big is the check I'm going to put next to it? Small, half. So number one is salah. أفلح المؤمنون الذين في صلاتهم خاشعون. Second. And you will fail. والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون. Those, their reaction to laghu, any talk that is not beneficial. Any talk, any words. Look at me, and I'm going to say it very simply, take me seriously. It's not the way you look, on the contrary. The way you look or I look will bring attention. Let's assume I'm very beautiful and I'm dressed the way, whatever. It will be temporary. But the way that people will take you seriously is when you know what you are saying. And when you are good, and good without being arrogant, on the contrary, you're absolutely, quote unquote, humble, inshallah, but you know what you are saying and what you are doing. And this comes only and only and only after Allah's blessings is with knowledge. And this is why I am extremely passionate about knowledge. Let alone knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, you want to live happy? You want to live worry-free, which doesn't exist these days. But you don't worry about the worry. You know what I'm saying? There is a fire around you of problems, and you look at them and say, oh, it's fire, it's going to be okay. Is that possible? Yes or no? No. I don't hear an answer. No. Yes. And I said yes with confidence, is when you have the knowledge. What made the Sahaba? I'm not going to say Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, because we're going to look at this and say, well, he's the Prophet, I am not. Okay, agree. Were the Prophets, were the Sahaba, the companions, human beings like you and me? Did they have marital issues? Did they have children issues? Did they have career issues? Did they lose money, wealth? Yes or no? Were they asked to leave? Did their family neglect them, rejected them? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. What kept them going? The knowledge, the real knowledge. Please forgive me, my dear sisters. By the way, you're an amazing crowd. You're extremely easy to get engaged with. SubhanAllah. Allah gave you this. But what is it that kept them going and nothing stopped them? Nothing. the mother tells Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, you stay on this deen, I am not going to eat till I die. Okay, mom, go and die. And he told her, in front of her, he's the only son. If you had 7 souls, and I see the 7 souls leave one by one, I'm not changing. Where did this come from? They're human like you and me. I got this actually from my mother, may Allah bless her soul. She always used to focus on knowledge and says, you do with it whatever you want at the end, but you need to learn. She was an educator and a woman of vision actually, very visionary. Same thing here this day and age, especially us living in the West. Allah did not bring you to the UK or brought me to the US just to live a more comfortable life. I'm going to be asked about everything I have. Everything around you has a reason. And I need to learn from it. Again, the sun, the cloud, the rain, the green, the homeless people. We look down at them, they're all drug addicts. Is that how what Allah wants from you? What an arrogant person I am. Couldn't I be them? Shouldn't I say, Ya Rabbi, first thing, if you're connected with Allah, your heart is pure. And you're not judgmental, not because you're not judgmental, because you know who's Allah. And you turn to him and says, Ya Rabbi, you favored me, why me? Why me? Why am not that person in the street? And take us just like an arrow, run through this dunya and go to the akhirah. So we need to show him 2 things. Sincerity, if you wanted, and Ya Allah, we rely on you. جزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. Times. The good news is you're acknowledging its difficult times. The second good news, you're worried about it. Anytime I'm worried about something, that becomes a priority. Like I worry I'm going to miss the flight, you're not going to miss the flight. Now, number one, I want to say to everybody, it's going to make you feel better, but it is not anesthesia, it's reality. The result, how your children will come up, is not because of your effort. It's because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I always bring this example. Sayyidina Nuh, prophet, had 2 children. One is a kafir, completely, the one Allah mentioned in the Quran, and the other one was a believer. And he's a prophet. Sayyidina Ibrahim, his father was kafir. So the end result is not in my hand. And the beauty is, Allah will not take you accountable because of the result. No, He's going to tell you to put the effort. So that's alhamdulillah. Now come to practicality. In general, there is always exceptions to the rule, but I'm talking in general. The house that the child grew up in will bring the fruit of that child. If your priority, again, as a woman, as a father, the mother, the family, if your priority is dunya, what school you're going to go to, what university, what career, then your child will have a career. If your priority, and I'm not talking about when they become 15 and 16, I always tell the woman it's too late. The result of the child starts before you get married. Who do you marry to? I love him, comes from a good family, nice looking, he has a good job. That's will not guarantee anything. I married him because he's Allah-fearing, again to the best of your knowledge. You and him share the same goal, which is raising a Muslim family. And he took the means, the result in Allah's hand. If they don't turn the way you want, and I have seen it in families, La ilaha illallah. 3, the 2 children Amazing. The boy and the girl, the younger one, we don't know even if we believe in Allah. And we don't ask because we don't want to know the answer. SubhanAllah, same house. The only thing the mother wanted, she opens up and she starts crying at this point and she said, I spoiled him. Because he was the youngest. So in general, and the most important, before all this, is, are you a good Muslim? And I'm not talking about, again, you wear hijab, you pray 5 times. Are you really a good Muslim? What we talked about for the last 2 hours. Can't expect someone in my house comes out differently, and I don't practice it. If you watch shows, the child will watch shows. If you backbite, the child will backbite. You lie, the child will lie. And all of it. Never give up on your children. Never make a dua against your children. Even if they really, as we say, ignite every nerve in you. And sometimes they're very good in that. Keep making dua for them. When you're so upset, don't say, go, may Allah get you to Jannah. Don't do that. Say, go, may Allah guide you. May Allah bring somebody. Do it. Then make it clear from day one. Number 2, when you get married, you need to learn the following. You're not the same person as you were single. And the same thing the man. But you, because again, Allah fashioned you, especially when you become a mother, what Allah wants from you, I'm not going to say culture or the society, or even me what wants from me. I'm going to put it always under Allah's umbrella. When He made me a mother, this is my way to Jannah. So it's not the culture, it's not the community. It is, I need to take care of these children because this is my way to Jannah. And again, not the result. What did I do? So what you need to do is, you need to know who you are before you get married. Number 2, you got married. Now you need to know not everything you want is going to happen. And this is very difficult in this day and age, especially for the youth. Because we are living in a day and time where you just press a button and everything happens. No. Now you are living with another person. You could have different manners, different hobbies, different things. And in general, and all the marriage people in this room agree, men think completely different than women. Yes or no? Yes. I call it the Y chromosome. You know the Y chromosome? Yeah. Everybody? Okay. The Y chromosome is very different than the X chromosome. I didn't say better, and I didn't say worse. But it's different. You say something, you mean something, the man takes it completely different. Absolutely. Not because he doesn't understand you, but this is how they think. Absolutely. So when you are with a man, don't say he's better. It's just we are different. Learn to know the differences. And this comes with time also. When you get married, the most difficult year in marriage is, there's 2 phases of difficulty in marriage. How many of you are married here? And you're clueless. Right? As though you just went through it, Allah knows? No. But it's the first year. Because the first year, you're discovering the real man you got married. Not the man you love, you fell in love with. The real one. And he's discovering the real woman, not the one he fell in love with. So the first year is the most challenging year. And that's why it's the highest number of divorces in the first year. And then you know when is the second one? I think I heard it. When you become in your 40s. If you married earlier, like if you married in your 20s, when you get to the 40s, it's so amazing. It's the age of Allah, the only age in the Quran. 40. And in the United States, I don't know what you call it here, but then it's midlife crisis they call it. Honestly, midlife crisis. The highest number of divorces at that age. Men go and buy these thousands of dollars cars, not sports cars always, and the woman go and do whatever, and it is the highest age of divorce. So these are the two times. In general, again, know who you are, require patience and require compromise. And as we always say, and I'm sure you say it here too, choose your battles. You have to have things that is non-negotiable for you. And the same thing with your children. You're going to say, these are red lines. This is not going to happen in my house. If this is going to happen, we're going to have a completely different discussion. Same thing you put, and you need to talk to your spouse about it. And the same thing he will tell you. If you're getting married and he told you, my mom is the most important thing in my life, then you need to live with that. This is not going to change. And by the way, and don't get upset with me, you all are mothers, he is right. Then you need to know, where are you going into? What are you going into? And never ever, and look at what I said, never ever marry somebody thinking they will change. They will not change, because you will not change. If anybody changed, I don't know how much will change to the better. Unless you get connected with Allah, you will definitely change to the better.
I love how, subhanAllah, one thing with Shaykha is in reality. It's like you really know what's going on in real people's lives, mashallah. It's not theoretical, this is pure practical, mashallah.
You read the questions I get every day. Wallahi, sometimes say, Ya Allah, just make it easy.
Oh man.